Alright, so here we have a very large foal, Stallion Foal, who is not respecting my space. If you notice, he's coming right into me, he's not backing off, and he's going to walk right over me, which he's done. So here again, I'm trying to back him off and get him to respect my space, which he's ignoring. So then I decide that I'm going to do a take his space game. Play a little bit of a game of me taking his space. So the object of this game is wherever he is, I walk over and drive him off where he is, and I take his space. You can see initially he's like, no, I'm here. And I'm like, no, you're going to move. So I keep pressing the issue. He's a little confused there. He's standing there going, what the heck? What happened? So then I go back. I give him a few minutes and I go back to him. I walk right through where he was. And then he leaves, which is the object of the game. I take his space. The dominant horse takes the space of the lesser one. Here again, I drive him away from the gate. And he's moving off a little bit faster now. He's starting to get the idea that I'm in charge, he's not. And I keep following him around the round pen. Here I drive him again. So now I've moved from taking his space to driving him. Because the dominant horse will drive the subordinate horse away from wherever they're at or whatever they're doing. So here again I'm driving him. And this is what Oreo does to him in the arena. So I'm just doing what horses normally do. So here again I'm driving him. He's starting to give me more space. He's starting to soften in his expression. Here I'm asking him to move again, taking his space. He's still hesitant to back off and yield to me, but he's yielding. So then I just face him and I walk away. So that's his reward. I take the pressure away. So I walk away, I give him some peace, and then he calmly starts to walk towards me. So now he's paying attention to me. Before he wasn't. He wasn't paying attention to me at all because I didn't matter to him. So now I matter to him. And you can see he took a couple little steps, a little unsure, but he wants to approach, but he's doing it in a more gentle way. See, he's walking much softer. His expression is more respectful and softer. He's not just running over top of me, which is the object of these games that I'm playing with him. So then I go over to him, since he's being soft, and I pat him and let him know that he's a good boy. And you can see he's lowering his head. So he's lowering his head to the dominant. And then he tried to take a nip at me, and I just moved the flag to reinforce my position. Here he's following me, but he's starting to get close, so I'm reminding him that he needs to give me space. And then I face him. I'm not looking directly at him, I'm looking at his feet, and then I'm going to go over and give him a pat, give him a rub, make sure he knows he's a good boy. And this is what I want. Now he tried to bite me there, so now I'm going to push him and drive him, because that's not allowed. I don't want him biting me, and this is at that stage where he's very oral and very nippy, so I'm trying to extinguish that as well as the lack of respect. So here I'm going to take his space, and I'm going to move his feet again. So he's a little quicker to move that time. Now he's going to walk back over to the gate. He does have an issue with pushing on gates, hovering over gates, so that's been kind of an ongoing issue, so I'm trying to address it within this session as well. Backing him off, backing him off. I'm taking his spot by the gate. And then I just moved the camera just so that you can see what I'm doing in the round pen. This is work that's needed to be done for a while, but it was far too hot this summer, and he was too young and not able to process as much as I'd like. He wasn't mature enough. So now you can see he's standing there. So I'm going to drive him again. Drove him away from the gate. He was much more respectful and walking away that time. So just driving him away from the gate. Then he walked over towards the middle of the arena, and he stood calmly. And I softened my posture. And then I went over and I pat him for looking at me in a softer way. So he gave me 2 eyes, but he's giving it to me softer. You can see him putting his head down. Now he's following. I'm just reminding him of where he needs to stay. He needs to give me space. So I pat him for being a good boy, and then I walk, and he's still watching. So now I mean something to him. So now he's paying attention to what I'm doing. He's paying attention to my space, which is a big first step for having a respectful horse. He's going to be very large. He's already 15.3 as just a yearling, and he's probably going to be close to 17 hands. So he needs to respect my space now before he gets much larger, when it's much more difficult to control him. And you can see here I'm patting him and stroking him, and he's not biting me. Now before, he tried to bite me, and I gave him a correction for that. So now I can start to do some leading. So I'm walking and he's following, and you notice he's being respectful with his distance. And this is all him. There's no lead rope here. And he's learning that he needs to be at a respectful distance to me, and he needs to be softer and much more respectful to the dominant. So this is the objective of where we're at the moment. And then we'll eventually build on this. But this is where I need him to be at this time.